Hey, gets what? It's a Ken's Talk Top 100 podcast update. Today, it's very early in the morning. It's a Sunday morning where I am on the East Coast, January 25th, but the last date of information that we have is from iTunes on the 24th. And Invisibilia is still number one. I unsubscribed from NPR Invisibilia today, by the way. I listened to this and you know how sometimes you're just not in the mood for the NPR music? You're not in that NPR, like, one piano note at a time. Dun, 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 dun. You're not in the mood for someone to be whispering into the mic, giving you a piece of profound information that you'd never thought of before. I feel like that's what they're trying to do. You know what? I'm revolting against the letters NPR. Okay? I've done a lot of stuff here, guys. And I'll do a more in-depth podcast about my reviews of all of these pods as I listen to them. But I've done some visual things, and I wanted to share because it was really fun. A couple things that speak out to me that I like to talk about. So, see this here? PO'd with Dennis Miller and Adam Carolla. It's in 11th place. This is just a 30-second promo episode. It's from Podcast One is who's putting this out. It's interesting to go. I'm going to move, switch charts for a second to show you something. I started messing around with what I call the Look ID, and it's really like a category of different types of pods that would have a similarity between them. For example, my Carolla one looks like this. There are 3 podcasts that are on the iTunes Top 100 that are associated with Adam Carolla, in my mind. And those are the orange one here, which is PO'd with Dennis Miller, which is the branded one, which is just the 30-second, intro thing. It's just a promo, really. That's right here. That hit the shelves, I guess, at like the 17th, whatever, about a little over a week ago. And it shot up, way up here, and it's just coming down again. They haven't released that first episode yet. It was supposed to come out. It did come out. That's the most popular thing going Carolla-wise streaking on this chart. The purple one is the Adam Carolla show that he does every day. Okay, so you can see it's pretty steady here. That's a ranking of like 30 something right there, that percentage he's at. It's like 30 out of 100. And then here, the blue one, is Allison Rosen, and when he fired her, which happened, right here at the beginning of the year, her podcast, that's her podcast, Allison Rosen's your new best friend. She peaked all the way up here in 4th place on the iTunes list. And then bell curved it down. And she's actually off the list right now. She does not even appear. She would be right there. She's not even on here. Okay? So that's her. So it's really cool to do this. Like, you can look at the Gimlet podcasts. Gimlet's got Reply All and has Stitcher. I'm sorry, not Stitcher. It has Reply All and has Reply All and Startup. So the orange one is Startup, so that's the most popular one. And then I guess Reply All probably did something around here because it peaked up and jumped above it. But Startup is maintaining a bigger audience, or at least, I don't know if that's necessarily tied to downloads, but it's, whatever iTunes is determining as positive flow interaction, stuff going on. Now, guess what happened with Reddit's Upvoted? Upvoted was apparently not well received. It was not upvoted on iTunes, I guess. Boom. So Alexis Ohanian, what happened, dude? They were all the way up at number 4. You can see that there's actually, it's funny you can look at these two together, right? This happened right around the same time that Allison Rosen went on. This the Reddit debuted, and this is more striking because the upvoted episode, the purple one is upvoted, obviously, right? Yeah, the purple one, that was their brand new thing. They pushed everything behind it, went Reddit, went podcast, boom, and it must suck. I didn't think it was horrible, but it wasn't. I don't know. It's not holding up well, so something needs to be done. I have a Jesus, I'm going to get all my ministers and all my self-helpers. I'm going to put all those people in here and see how they rate. This is so cool, isn't it? This is super sweet. All right, we're 5 minutes. Let's get going, but I need to do more work on this. NPR, huh? Uh-oh. Yeah, it's Invisibilia that's on top of it. All right, anyway, so I'll go back to this and finish off. So yeah, I unsubscribed. I don't understand why this is number one for so long. It's going to stop. Serial needs to come out with a season 2, or they're not going to come on. You know what I would listen to in a podcast? Here's a podcast I want to hear. I want to hear a podcast about House of Cards, the Kevin Spacey Netflix series. I would listen to that, just like I listened to the Breaking Bad podcast that Vince Gilligan, or people that working with Vince Gilligan did. That was money, and I would listen to it for House of Cards. I hope they do it. Gosh, I'm near the district. Maybe I'll run around and try to contact somebody. Who? What's his name? Jean Beliveau or something? It's the guy who writes for House of Cards. He's got a B in his name. You know, a podcast that I want is something with Beau Willimon, the guy who's writing for House of Cards. That's what I want to see next year up on this list. I would totally listen to that. I think this guy's religious. NPR. Too many NPRs. Anyway, there's a lot to get done here, but as you can see, all I can tell you to do, what's the next thing I gotta listen to? Criminal I haven't listened to, but if it's anything like Serial, I'm gonna want to skip it. Stuff you should start talking. Neil deGrasse Tyson's alright, but I don't know. Well, we'll see. Nothing speaks to me yet, but there's a lot of work to do. Anyway, Ken Sucks out. We'll be back, tomorrow.